Hey guys, how's it going? This is Will with day 11 of Inktober. And I know I keep telling, every time I turn around, I keep getting all these videos and saying, well, man, I really need to get some sleep and wind down earlier, but it doesn't tend to happen. I have sometimes have to learn to fight my desire to be a night owl. But anyway, so this is just kind of me doing Raphael from the Ninja Turtles. So anyway, as I've been doing all week, it's been the last several days, been doing the Ninja Turtles. And before I go into the other stuff about Raph, I want to update y'all on a couple of things. So early in the week, I announced my list, and initially I was going to do the Robins next. And so I was gonna do the first of a few of the Robins, and then I found out an announcement this morning before work that apparently they're bringing back the original Young Justice group, the original comic version of Young Justice that was out back in late '90s, early 2000s. It may have been early mid '90s. I'm not for sure, but anyway, it was back when Superboy. It was Superboy, Connor Kent, and Tim Drake, and then you had Bart Allen, Impulse as the main three characters of the story, and then eventually they added three girls, so they added Wonder Girl, and The Secret, and Arsenal, and so that was the original team. And then I believe they're also doing a new Wonder Twins book as well. So that's just interesting. But so anyway, I decided I was like, well, wait a minute. If they're gonna bring back Young Justice, I kind of have to represent one of my favorite teams of that era, especially as that was a whole group of teenage heroes. So I figured what I do is to go ahead and knock that out and get that out of the way. So basically, what I'll be doing is probably tomorrow night's one will be Superboy, will be Connor Kent, and then Saturdays will be Bart Allen, and then Sundays will be Tim Drake, and then I'll continue with the Robins into the next week. Since I already done Damien, it's like I could just kind of go in and just do it, switch it up a bit. So I wanted to let y'all know I was going to be doing a little bit of switch. So if you looked at the list for the beginning of the week, it was like, wait a minute, he's not doing the Robins. That's why. So, kind of see who's actually paying attention to the videos as we're going through. But anyway, let's tell you a little bit about Raphael. First thing first, this outfit that he's in. This outfit that he's in is actually from the CG movie that they did back around 2012 called just TMNT. And in TMNT, they did this interesting story where basically Leonardo had gone off to train as a leader, and then he just kind of, it was considered disappeared. Nobody really knew where he was. And so he went off to try to train to become a better leader after Splinter was gone. Or not Splinter, but Shredder was gone because he thought he needed to go train. And the problem was he never really wanted to come back. As a matter of fact, in that story, April O'Neil had to go hunt down for him in order for him to come back. And then basically when she found him, she basically said, your brothers are desperate without you. They need your help. And so not really understanding even what was going on. Like Splinter kind of found her and was like, "Hey, can you help us find Leonardo?" And so they ended up finding Leonardo, and then through the process, there had been this vigilante that showed up while the Turtles were no longer a unit called the Night Watcher. And so the whole thing about the Night Watcher was he was this mysterious-looking character that was kind of doing this own version of vigilante justice. And of course, as soon as you saw the character, of course, the way they introduced it was kind of cool because they introduced it as, here was, they were like, well, where is Raphael? And then, he kind of goes off and you see him in the Night Watch outfit. But then later on, of course, Leo starts going in and Leo's like, oh, okay, well, we're going to, we have to deal with this because if we had been around like we were supposed to be, then people like this Night Watch character wouldn't be around. And, them not realizing that it's Raphael for a bit. And Raphael kind of says, well, maybe the city needed somebody like a Night Watch, and so over time, eventually you get the quintessential fight between the brothers. Um, Leonardo and Raphael at several points, if it's kind of in that big debate. Raphael feels like he's the leader because he does what needs to be done, even though he's not as he's not as nice about it. Sometimes he can be very brutal. And that's kind of his rage and his anger are kind of his biggest weaknesses. But even Master Splitter has said on several occasions that Raphael's passion is also his greatest strength. He just has to try to find the difference between the two, which I've walked a line personally as a person who uh, deals with different emotional issues at times in life, and I come to realize that there is a thin line between rage and passion, and it doesn't take much to cross into one or the other, and so you have to be really careful about that, especially when you're working for the good of other people. So anyway, so there's a point where Raphael basically gets revealed as being the Night Watch character. Leo has been kind of following him around in this movie. And if you haven't seen the TMNT movie, it's really good. Lawrence Fishburne is the narrator for the movie, and so you hear his voice a lot during the course of the film. But anyway, so there's a point they fight, and let's just say it gets down. Like they really get down. They really fight as brothers, realizing that there's a difference between the two. Raphael kind of blames Leo for leaving, and if he hadn't left, the whole team would have still been together. And so Leo looks at it and says, "I get that, but at the same time, you didn't have to do this. This doesn't help us." So that's kind of where we're at. So anyway, this is a picture of Raphael kind of going down into the sewer, going back home after a long night of, being a crime fighter. He actually had a helmet as well that he wore. And so that helmet was pretty cool because it kind of covered up his face and gave him a little hood, made him look a little more dangerous. And so that's kind of where that was. So just about done with this. And by the way, guys, just as a reminder, because I want to keep this at the forefront of your brains, your comments are vital. And each week, we'll be looking at the comments. And as I showed in the last video on Monday, we did it as, okay, this is going to be everybody's going to get, every comment's going to end up in the drawing, and one of those people are going to get selected for the contest. And at the end of the month, we're going to put those names into a deal, and whoever wins it will win the Inktober sketchbook, which, trust me when I tell you, it's going to have a lot more pictures than just the 31 you see here. It's going to have a lot more artwork in it. So, I'm not for sure the exact number, but I'm already working on that, and I'll probably put that announcement on closer to once I get it done or get close to it done on how much it'll be. And, of course, it'll be something that'll be good for the holidays. If you have kids that love cartoon characters and comic characters and stuff like that, it'll be a great present for them. So just something to consider, guys. And I hope that you all will give it an opportunity, to pick that up. So anyway, there you go, guys. There is Raphael from the Ninja Turtles. And that is the last turtle for the week. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be doing Superboy. And then we'll go from Superboy into Impulse, and then from Impulse into Robin, the Tim Drake version. So here we go. Anyway, greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And above all else, guys, be blessed and be a blessing to somebody. Until tomorrow's video, guys, take care. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Cody. I'm glad you jumped. I was about to get off, and you jumped in right at the end. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you get a chance to check out the other videos, Cody, because I've been doing the turtles have been going. I've had the turtles the last 4 days, so all of the brothers have been drawn. So hopefully you get a chance to go back and check those out. And you just got into the comments contest. We're putting that comment in. Hopefully on the main video it'll be there, so that way I can count it. So anyway, guys, take care. And until next time, again, be blessed, be a blessing to somebody.